COVID-19 back in news. Are we physically and mentally ready for another wave of pandemic? The deadly second wave of COVID-19 in India during April-May 2021 remains vivid in the memories of countless families who lost loved ones, as well as those who battled the infection caused by the Delta variant, scientifically known as B.1.617.2. India has not witnessed any significant uptick in COVID-19 cases since the third wave, driven by the Omicron variant, which lasted from December 2021 to February 2022. Since then, life has largely moved on from the horrific COVID period. However, the recent surge in COVID-19 cases in Southeast Asian countries, including Singapore and Hong Kong, has raised fresh concerns. While there is no reason to panic about COVID-19 in India at the moment, the question remains: are we truly prepared both physically and mentally to face another wave of the pandemic? Dr. Bharat Agrawal, senior consultant in general medicine at Apollo Hospitals, Navi Mumbai, said that the population's immunity against COVID-19 remains fairly robust at this stage, thanks to widespread vaccine coverage and the natural immunity developed through previous infections. In the context of the newer variants like JN.1, which is currently considered to be a very mild strain, the existing immunity, whether vaccine-induced, naturally acquired, or hybrid, is proving to be effective. There is no indication at present that an additional or variant-specific booster is required. The vaccines we have already received continue to serve their purpose in keeping infection rates under control and reducing the severity of symptoms in case of reinfection, he said. However, Dr. Agrawal cautioned against underestimating any new COVID-19 variant. While the current situation does not indicate a concerning rise in severe cases linked to the JN.1 variant, he emphasized that continued adherence to basic precautions such as wearing masks in crowded areas, maintaining hand hygiene, and following respiratory etiquette remains sufficient and advisable in most situations. India's leading epidemiologist, Dr. Raman Gangakhedkar, who was the face of the government's daily health briefings during the first wave of COVID-19 in 2020, has urged the public to remain calm, stating that there is no cause for panic unless there is a noticeable rise in hospitalizations or fatalities. COVID-19 surge in Asia: how dangerous is JN.1 variant and are existing vaccines effective? Will your antibodies protect you from new variants? When asked whether antibodies from previous COVID-19 infections still offer protection or wane significantly over time, Dr. Agrawal explained that such antibodies do tend to decline gradually, which is a normal part of the immune response. However, they don't vanish completely and still contribute meaningfully to our body's defense mechanism, especially when combined with vaccine-induced immunity. What we are seeing now is a broader and more layered form of protection in the population, what's often referred to as hybrid immunity. This means that even if the antibody levels have gone down, the body retains memory cells that can mount a quicker and more effective response upon re-exposure. With the current JN.1 variant, there's no evidence to suggest that previous immunity has lost its protective value, he said. On the contrary, prior infections and vaccinations continue to reduce the risk of severe disease, hospitalization, and complications. So, while immunity may not prevent every new infection, it still plays a crucial role in blunting the impact of the virus. India logs 164 new COVID-19 cases in a week. Government reviews situation as new wave hits Asia. Are you mentally ready for COVID-19? While COVID-19 infections left the body vulnerable, the mind too bore a significant brunt. A study published in the Journal of Family Medicine and Primary Care revealed a sharp rise in mental health issues across India during the pandemic, with urban populations being particularly affected. Globally, the World Health Organization reported a 25% spike in anxiety and depression cases during the first year of the outbreak, evidence of a deep, collective psychological toll. Despite the mental health strain caused by COVID-19, recent events such as terror attacks and geopolitical tensions have highlighted a notable resilience among the Indian population. According to Dr. Suresh Bhatta Math, professor of psychiatry at NIMHANS, this resilience is especially visible in semi-urban and rural communities, where strong spiritual beliefs, family bonds, and community support systems play a key role in maintaining psychological well-being. This socio-cultural resilience, deeply rooted in India's tradition, significantly complemented formal mental health interventions, making India's psychosocial response to COVID-19 uniquely effective. I believe our countrymen are ever ready for any challenge, he told News18.com. Antonios Kalantzis, a psychologist and committee member of the political psychology section at the British Psychological Society, acknowledges that while societies have learned important lessons from the COVID-19 pandemic, psychological preparedness for future waves or pandemics remains fragile. Which countries are reporting surge in COVID-19 cases? Should you travel to these countries? In an interview with News18.com, Kalantzis points out that many individuals still carry unresolved trauma from the initial outbreak, including grief, burnout, and social isolation that could resurface if restrictions or fears return. Swipe left for next video. Kalantzis notes that although coping mechanisms have improved, chronic stress, eroded trust in institutions, and widespread fatigue have left deep psychological wounds. He emphasizes that beyond medical readiness, mental health preparedness is crucial. What's needed now is not just medical preparedness but mental health readiness, clear communication, community-based psychological support, and policies that balance public health with emotional well-being. Without this, the collective response may lean more toward emotional exhaustion than resilience, he said. Latest blogs.